Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Miss J's Geek Corner. Place we talk about anything and everything that is geek, whether it be TV, comics, movies, and video games. And I know I always say this, but sorry I've been away so long. It's just that's it's just become the usual norm. But yeah, like I said, but I'm back again. But last several months, my wife and I've been been watching a lot of YouTube. I mean, we're just watching just everything from like what culture to Nerdist and all this stuff. And there's some videos that I watched that just kind of got me thinking and kind of got under my skin a little bit. And today I'm gonna respond to a few of those. Um, I'm gonna have my own responses to some of those videos and some of their subject in there. So yeah, this it'll be a little bit of trash talking, but not just well. It's just a response. It's just my response. I'm just echoing the feelings of a lot of folks out there. So so here we go. Sorry, I'm stumbling a little bit. And first one I want to respond to. First one I'll start off with a video done by What Culture on their What Culture comics channel, and it was called the 10 most notorious Batman urban legends, and there were a lot of interesting a lot of interesting things on there. And the one that really just got under my skin, it was as their number 9 urban legend, which is that Disney-owned critics destroyed Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, and they actually deemed this to be untrue. And I tell you their thing, and they said they're claiming here's their reason behind it. They claim that their reasoning behind why it's not true is that it would be impossible to plan and coordinate such a plan, finishing off by once again saying both movies were crap. And it's just seriously, that's your reason. That's your reason why it's like think about it. We're talking about Disney here, one of the biggest entertainment corporations in the world. They about own everything. They own Marvel, Star Wars, Muppets, you name it, Peanuts, you name it. They own it. And think about it. The movie making industry is a business. It's business. And you honestly think it's impossible for them to, no, nothing's impossible when you got the right amount of money. When you got the right amount of resources, right amount of money, it is not impossible to sabotage the competition. And also, I mean, and I'm looking over my notes here. I'm saying this: are you blind, or and to say this is untrue and say that it's just because the movie stunt? Are you blind, or do you just have Marvel blinders super glued to your face? I mean, think about it. As I said, they're like I said, they're a major possibly billion-dollar corporation here that owns a lot of entertainment studios. How can you possibly say that it's impossible for them to sabotage Warner's? I mean, think about it. The only reason they actually admitted this, the only reason they made Captain America Civil War was because that DC announced Batman v Superman. So in other words, they were basically trying to compete with them big time. They were trying to copy them. And if you look at, I was saying, compared the two movies, you compare them. Batman v Superman puts everything on such an epic, huge scale, but everything with Civil War, everything looks so low key, and yet they try to build it as something big. And I mean, they knew they were in trouble. They knew it was going to be something big. So what did they want to do? Destroy it. They want to make sure that they knew they were beat. So they, as as they said, something about Disney-owned critics. Yes. I mean, everything was looking good for them up until all of a sudden one little website in the boonies of the internet that nobody ever heard of, hardly, suddenly got mainstream attention by saying that Warner is worrying about this movie. They're worried about it could be a bomb. You start that seed of doubt. You put that little drop of blood in the water. Here come the great whites. Here comes Disney's great whites. Out of the blue, all the Disney fans, all the Marvel fans, to sabotage this movie. And hey, also you can't. I mean, it's not impossible when you got a right amount of money. And that's what they had. They had that Disney money to pay for this. And then think about it. Everybody. I mean, they paid everybody off to say that Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad were absolute crap. Which I don't know about Suicide Squad, but I could tell, as I've said over and over again on this program, Batman v Superman was a work of art. It was great, and everybody, and at the same time, they're basically calling Captain America: Civil War was almost the movie that saved superhero movies. It's like the best. It's like this is the gold standard in which you cannot surpass. To which the same folks 1 year later started saying, you know what, Civil War wasn't that great, as great as we first thought. I was like, and the first thing that popped in my head, that paycheck must have that payday must have stopped coming through. I guarantee you, they signed some kind of an agreement that for 1 year, you say that this movie's good. Even I can tell you, you look at both movies, look at the fights. One fight looks like some grand scale brawl. And as I've said before, you look at Marvel's, which looks like a bunch of cosplayers fighting in a parking lot. And seriously, they thought that was better? That's junk. And as I said, you got to have some Marvel blinders. You either got to be either in denial or have Marvel blinders glued to your head to not think that think it was just because the movies were bad, when really they weren't. When really they were not bad. It's just that y'all were paid to say they were bad, and that the only reason for making said movie was to compete with DC to try to upstage them. And personally, to up there saying that this is not true and completely deny and basically make everybody else that thinks that look a bunch of idiots is wrong. And personally, I said, this channel has personally got a bias. Just for the record, what culture has a big time bias towards Batman and Marvel? Because that's what 90% of their videos were about. Have always been about. It's either Marvel characters or Batman. And about the only Superman video they've ever done, basically put him down. Right from the start, the dude, his name's Jules, launches into how much he hates Superman. And then it's like, you can't even enjoy this alternate version of Superman video without hearing the fact that he hates him. He hates him. We get it. You hate him. Why are you doing the video? I mean, it's just garbage. To possibly think that it's just, like I said, garbage to deny that this is true, because, like I said, you got to be in denial to not see and have blinders on not to see the evidence right in front of you. And personally, that's garbage unto itself. And speaking of Marvel, while we're on the subject of Marvel, I've seen there's a recent Nerdist video that came out y'all know about the news that they're announcing Venom could be in Spider-Man, part of the Spider-Man MCU universe, and they actually had the gall to make a video called "Could the Sony Spider Universe could it destroy the MCU?" And they were saying stuff like Sony was trying to announce that they're part of the same universe and all that stuff, and they're like the new Venom movie coming up is going to be part of the Spider-Man Homecoming universe, the MCU mess, all that stuff. But then you got, later on the video, they're saying some kind of garbage, making that basically makes Kevin Feige look like an innocent victim of greedy old Sony. But they actually had the nerve to say that it was Sony's idea to force Marvel to put Venom in Spider-Man 3. Seriously? Are you kidding me right now? That is completely contrary to what I've been hearing the entire time. When they make Kevin Feige look like an innocent victim and basically had a gun to his head, by a proverbial gun to his head, via Sony, to put Venom in the movie. Are you kidding me? If I'm not mistaken, I heard it completely different. I heard it was, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I had heard over the years is that the reason that Sam Raimi basically throwed his hands up and basically said that Spider-Man 3 was a dud, even though I thought it was pretty good, thought it was a complete dud, was because he wanted to put Vulture in the movie. Yes, he wanted to do Vulture first. And Kevin Feige, not Sony, Kevin Feige, the one that they're making look like, oh, poor old Kevin Feige over there, he was the one who forced Sam Raimi to put the symbiote and put Venom into the movie. Not Sony, Kevin Feige at Marvel. He was the one who put, and not Sony, Kevin Feige was the one who forced Sam Raimi to incorporate Venom into that movie when he didn't want to. He knew nothing about Venom. He wanted Sandman and Vulture as the villains in that movie. But instead, Kevin Feige made him put the symbiote in that movie. And now here they are basically making it look like, oh, it was all Sony's doing. That's bull. How much are you really going to stick up for Marvel? How blind are you by Marvel? Again, with the right dollar amount, you can pay for good publicity, and that's the kind of publicity they're paying for through channels like Nerdist. When here, I'm gonna say it, you're gonna get both sides of the spectrum. When I say DC stinks, they're gonna do something stinky, I'm gonna say it. When Marvel does it, I'm definitely gonna say it. But I said that's just garbage to say that it was. I mean, way to manipulate history, way to manipulate the facts. I mean, you're so desperate to defend Kevin Feige, defend Disney, defend Marvel, that you're going to say it was all Sony's doing when Sam Raimi's directing? That's bull. That's bollocks. It was Kevin Feige who forced him to put Venom in that movie, and really, you can almost say it was he was the reason that the movie just buckled. I mean, and they're basically trying to say that trying to incorporate a Sony Venom movie into this universe is going to destroy the precious MCU. I'm gonna just say, if anything's going to destroy MCU, is the fact that I'm just say this right now, they really should not have done another Spider-Man movie. They keep talking about this superhero fatigue. No. It's the fact that they keep rebooting Spider-Man. You've had over the last decade almost 2 decades, you have had 6 Spider-Man movies as of this year. 6! And they're already planning more. If there's any fatigue, it's character fatigue. And personally, I don't think it's going to destroy anything. And personally, I'm looking forward to a Venom movie more than I am another Spider-Man movie. And of course, as y'all know, the recent news is they've basically backpedaled on that, saying, "Oh, it's not. It's part of the same reality, but they're not going to crisscross. Basically, one's going to stay on its side, the other's going to stay on its side, but it's part of the same reality. That kind of stuff." And I'm gonna just say, we'll see about that. And I'm gonna just say, Nerdist, get your facts straight, okay? Same with What Culture. Y'all need to get your facts straight and get your mind and quit brown nosing to Marvel, please. Quit being so daggone biased. But to end thing and to round up things on lighter note, I was watching recently on Variant the whole story that they're doing right now with whole rebirth thing. They basically showed the mastermind behind the DC rebirth was the whole behind the whole New 52 and anything was no surprise here. Just spoiler alert, Doctor Manhattan. But that's not the one but that's not the reason I bring this up. There is a line he says at the end of the book that basically says, "We're all puppets, Laurie. I'm just a puppet who can see the strings." And it basically brings to mind, what does that mean? Does that mean he's really the mastermind we all thought he was? Or is there somebody above him pulling all the strings? Is there somebody above him that's messing with everything? And basically Eric Kenyon, the host, he said, could it be like Superman 1,000,000 where he's like almost like godlike powers? Is it who could it be? And it got me thinking like this brings a whole new level to it. Like, is it Ozymandias from Watchmen? Is he saying? Does he know more? Is like, who is it? I mean, Ellen even brought, could it be the Joker? Could it be another Joker? I mean, could it be like the original Joker? It's like got I mean, who knows? Who knows what it could be? But it just brings a whole new level to like the whole DC rebirth thing. It just makes it even more exciting. It makes you even more want to see what's next when they finally reveal everything. And personally, it makes me more excited too, and I love it. And but what do y'all think about all this? Do y'all agree with what I had to say about anything here today? Do y'all disagree with me? What do y'all think about rebirth so far? Let me know. As always, drop a comment in the comment box below. I'd love to hear what y'all have to say on any of these subjects. And that's all for today's Mr. J's Geek Corner. As always, you have any questions, comments, ideas about something you want to hear me talk about on the show, drop them in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear any ideas you may have. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, tell all your friends, share with all your friends, and I'll see y'all next time.